You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
Hello, I missed you. I haven't seen you in so long. We're back on video. Hello and welcome back to the Horny Housewife Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. Okay, so on social media at THHPod, I asked my listeners a question. I said, if there was something you could change, we can't go over all of them, but we'll go over some in this intro. If there was something you could change about your spouse, and anything, a belief, something super shallow, something little, something huge, what would it be? So let's pull a few answers and chitty-chatty about them. One husband said he wishes his wife would be more affectionate. Now, I'm pulling some and I'm thinking, and I know that there were multiple of submissions like this. So there are a lot of husbands, I know, they told me, that wishes their wives were more affectionate. Now, I can encourage wives and say, touch your man more, and it'd be easy. If you are a wife who is like, you know what? My husband is wonderful and he is affectionate towards me and he really is checking the boxes. I have some, marriage gripes, some, our own issues we work on, but I'm not going anywhere. This is my man. If that is how you feel and this resonated with you of maybe I'm the person because that's not my love language. So I actually get really overstimulated with a lot of touch. That could be towards me. So if this is ringing a bell and you feel called out in any way, see where you could intentionally, without sacrificing your peace or feeling like shit, being more overstimulated, but find a couple ways where you could fit in. I think a great time is when your husband gets home from work. I've been with my husband for a decade and I'm pretty damn good at that. But I will tell you, over the last 2 years, it is something that now I think about. Now I think and go, you know what? I remember being like, he can come find me. He should come say hi. And if he didn't come find me, immediately I'd be like, why don't you say hello to me? And I actually thought about it. He's never griped, never made a complaint, never said, no, you should come to me. But when I thought about it and I think of our dynamic, what we value, what we do, just us, me and Derek, no one else's opinion. I'm like, you know what? He works so hard and then he comes home and then he does this for me. And then he always helps me. And if I don't want to cook, he never complains if I don't feel like cooking. He'll let me order this, go do that. If I need him to do this, he's going to do that. If I want to go work out right when he gets home, he's going to let me. I should come down and greet my fucking husband and give him a big old tonguey smooch. Doesn't have to be, but greet my husband. That is a way to say without saying, which we're going to get to saying. Did you see the idea pop into my eyes? You saw my eyes light up? Hey, I see you. I noticed you. Missed you. Loved you. Give a little muscle squeeze. Come in for a hug. Okay? If you're watching, then take your arms back and do a little muscle squeeze. And then kiss him on the lips. And then when you come back from when you're in that position, do a little neck kiss. Or say you're going, oh, I'm so glad you're home. A hug. Leaving out with a neck kiss. You can send a chill down a man's spine with a neck kiss or two. These are true erogenous zones. Our thighs, our inner thighs, the bottom of my feet are. Isn't that weird? I can't help it. I didn't create that. I didn't make that. It just is. And we're not a feet couple. We're not feet people. Derek's not a foot person. He's not a foot person. But he's not give me those feet. I'm shoving my feet in his face. Rub it. Here's some free feet content. The feet people were like, oh, pause, squeeze your pause. I'm looking at my toes. Are they okay? Yeah, I got a little French tip action. Can we get them in the frame? See, that's the wrong way. I'm not. Oh, there we go. You're welcome. Okay. So, what the fuck? So yeah, moving forward, be more affectionate. Another way to show affection or more admiration and respect, I have to slip this in. I won't take this long on all of them. I was watching one of my own clips. I'm getting to myself of me saying like, you don't want him to be hearing he is appreciated out there all the time and not hearing it from home. And it's easy to like in text and to say things, but it hit me the other day where I could see my husband feeling stressed and he was getting ready for work. And I was like, get up. I put my robe on and I went into the closet and I was like, hey, babe. And he was like, what? Getting ready, like not anything, like what? Not even looking at me. I was like, will you look at me? Will you look at me? And I took his hands. I said, give me your hands. And he's like, I'm trying to get ready, bitch. He didn't say that, but he's like, I'm trying to get ready, babe. And I go, I just want to let you know that I'm so appreciative of you. I'm so grateful for you and everything you do for our family, babe. I love you. And he was like, I appreciate that. Thank you, babe. Thank you. And it's those things that my husband's extremely stoic, too stoic sometimes. I would not say, in my opinion of him, he doesn't wear his heart on his sleeve. I had to, it was a challenge for me. I had to break him down. I had to break him down and build him back up. I had to forage in there. Let me in. And I got in and I got my way. But he is someone who maybe more like an egg, definitely like an egg, not hard on the inside at all. Like big-hearted man, big-hearted, extremely fair, wonderful boss, wonderful father, wonderful husband, truly. And you don't realize the impact that has, certain words have for our men, for our women, okay? Gosh. The other day, this weekend, I was wanting some lovemaking. You're like, are you going to go to the next one? This is all good stuff, fire shit. This weekend, I was wanting to do it because we did it on Thursday and Tuesday. And both times, specifically Thursday, really, was like really quick. And like, I was the one like really like wanting, feeling like I need a release and want my man. And due to external factors, and the time that the clock had struck, only one of us, him, had completed. And my husband is a very not selfish lover, but there are times when I'm not in the space. It's now not working for me because now I'm thinking about the knock that keeps happening, the dog barking, and the time. If you know, you know. So this weekend, and he was like, I'm ready when you are, babe. Like, gosh, I want to let's go upstairs right now. Like in the middle of chaos, I'm doing this. I'm ordering a bench for my entryway. I'm looking at paint colors. Gotta go get paint. And he's like, let's go upstairs now. And I'm like, I'm not in my body. So you know what I did? I used to be the woman who blamed. I used to be a wife who looked at my husband and go, why are you not getting me there? Why are you not amping up your romance right now? Why have you not dropped everything, went to the store, got flowers, put them on your head, danced like a monkey and said, I want to make love to you. You know what I mean? I always would put it'd be like, the ball's in your court. Why aren't you making this happen? And maybe a little Susan Bratton got to my head of like, I will give you the green light and you will pursue it. But I think that the truth is not everybody has that dynamic. Susan Bratton was talking about starving her husband. I'm not starving my husband. You know what I'm saying? So there's different dynamics. So don't look at someone's story or even my story and just go, oh, okay, then that's how it should be. It's not. So instead, just don't compare and don't judge. You can ask for more affection. You can ask for what you need, for what you want, what you long for, but don't do it if it's something you think you're supposed to have that you think you don't have. That must be the missing piece because everybody's saying that. Don't do that. Reflect, connect, ask questions, dive deeper, and then assess what you think that solution could be. Reminding your spouse how much you appreciate them, very impactful. Very necessary, very needed. And to land the plane, to finish my point, I looked at my husband because I was like overstimulated. I'm not in the mood, but I am in the mood. I'm wanting to do this, but I don't feel like in tune with my body. So I took accountability for myself and I got in my body. I chose. And then I don't want to just get in my body and feel good and then use him as what I'm going to get off to. I want to feel connected to my partner, because how many times, and this happens, this is maintenance sex for so many people, and it is okay. Feeling horny and like using your partner as like your tool versus, oh, we're having passionate lovemaking. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not saying your eyes are closed, you got a virtual reality headset on and you're using them. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like you have a physical need and that's your person. That's your person. I'm not saying you're being a weirdo, but I'm saying it's not this organic, natural, hot build-up tension. It's not like that. And you know what I'm saying. So what did I do? I not only went in my body, but I said, lay with me right here. And we were laying and giggling, and the dog came up, and I go, turn. And I was like, I just want to have some eye contact. And he thinks it's funny. He like laughs and smiles, but he looks at me, and that for me, for Jordan cakes, because he's not someone, he was like, Jordan, meeting you really, like, you called me out about how bad I am with eye contact. He goes, I don't want to like share his story, but a part of his story is there's a reason why it comes difficult, or came, it's not anymore, difficult for him. It's still something that has to be intentional, but there was a big shame piece there, which is not a part of his story at all. Even when I met him, I was like, what? Come on, look at people in the eyes. But I understood. I knew why right away. I clocked that. And yeah, I feel like I saw him really early on, and he didn't see me. Just kidding. We looked at each other in the eyes and just had that silent connection of just feeling seen right then and there, and just a moment of being completely present. And when you kiss one another like that, it doesn't matter if it's pecks or makeouts, that is such a quick way to just get in your body, drop in, and then get to doing it. So something for you to try, men. And after listener questions, you're going to get 2, yeah. You're like, please don't say my name. Jethro's like, don't say my name in your podcast. Okay. And after this episode, I'm going to give a couple tips, by the way, not like topic of the hour, just a quick little segment after listener questions of what we can do to ensure both people are getting off. I know we talk about remedies that are like outside of sex, like outside of it, or, medication or penis pump. They like something you're doing outside of the bedroom. But let's talk about what we can do like in the act, or like 2 minutes, like right then. What can we do technique wise to last longer? What are some tools that could help? Literal tools that I can go buy right now that are going to make it a more pleasurable bedroom experience. So stay tuned for that. Moving on really quick, we got to land this intro plane. We want to hear more from what you have. We're like, yeah, we do want to hear more from the listeners, Jordan. No more toilet bowl shit stains. That was a woman that wrote that. Whew. I was like, okay, and the women that are like, what do you mean, phew? We all poop. Ladies, if you get up and poop and you notice you did that, like, no, a woman wouldn't leave that, I don't feel like. And I feel like you have to have like an aggressive poop to do that. So girls don't leave shit stains. So I don't even know what I'm saying. They don't do that. Men, and you know what? If that's your biggest problem, like things are so good, girl. More sex. It's crushing her going through menopause. I'm lost. Click subscribe to the podcast, okay? Maybe to the Patreon too. Stick around here. More opportunities for connection and growth together. Guess what? You're in charge. Make time for them. See, I just got hung up on being more affectionate. We're flying through these. I'd like to actually have sex again. Beliefs and habits that work for them don't for you as a woman. Let's pause. Beliefs and habits that work for them don't for you as a woman. Oh, okay. I needed the epiphany. We're hanging, we're FaceTiming, meaning the beliefs and the values that I hold, he doesn't. Or you're like, no, you got it wrong. Try again, Jordan. His beliefs that work for him and habits, and they don't for you. So that is tricky and complicated, but necessary. Now, can you coexist peacefully and honor one another's beliefs and habits? Example, I'm type B, and my husband, while I wouldn't label him type A, is type A in a lot of areas of his life. It has taken my husband, me demanding him to learn and understand what ADHD is. If it's me reading the fucking book out loud or putting an Audible on in his car, push play, baby, push play, to understand how our minds work and operate. I'm reading Scattered Minds, The Origin and Healing of ADHD. I'll keep you posted. Join the Patreon for any side notes. My hormone journey. I should have an ADHD journey on there. Erotica, quickies, Patreon's where it's at. We have different defaults, autopilots, habits, preferences, not so opposite where we're like, holy shit, we're incompatible. But there are very big differences between me and my husband completely. And just beliefs about things as far as how we grew up, definitely. I think you are able to navigate that if you both want to navigate that. And if it's something you're both hung up on, you may continue to. I vote you find what works for you, and that's all that matters, right? If his beliefs and habits work for him and they don't for you, why? Is it because you feel like it's more male prone? It's a difference in personality type? Is it something you're finding yourself resistant to? I think where I'm getting caught up is beliefs and habits. Habits, I understand, right? You create habits, you break habits. Is it a habit that serves you? My husband, it's so easy. He will clean as he goes. And I do clean as I go, but I have to be thinking about it, right? Or if I was home alone or my husband went out of town, he's going to motocross or supercross, something soon, I'm not going to pick up until I know he's 3 hours from home. So, and if he loves you and you love him, you will look past your differences. My husband obviously wishes that I was OCD neat like he is, but I'm not. And that's not a deal breaker. I work at it and gotten tremendously better. If someone walked into my home, they would say your home is super freaking clean. Super freaking clean. Is it up to a military standard? Is it a staged model home? No, but I have to say, honey, we live here. We live here. So, okay. Let's just do a couple more. Mismatched libidos, obviously, stick around. I know you are. I would love for my wife to give me BJs. Stick around. I think there's I got a lot of that, husbands wishing that their wives would give them oral. And I know this is the horny housewife, so you might not be around here, but there are so many wives that don't. So if your wife does, go give her a big old kiss. Say thank you for sucking it. Wish she was as horny as I am for her. Join the club. Become more comfortable asking for what I want. Do it. I wish we both took better care of ourselves instead of only focusing on the others and kids. Guess what? You said it first. You said it first. All of these things are shit. If I just said yours, stick around. Those are topics we talk about here. I just blew it up on affection. So that's what another intro will be for. Let's dive into listener questions. If you want to write in a question where we can kiki about something that's going on in your life, truly anonymously, go to thehornyhousewifepodcast.com and click Ask Anonymously. The name and the email part of the forum are optional. So type away. Let's get into today's episode. Why do guys want bigger loads? Because it feels good. It's true. It feels better. If you feel like you're not getting the same pop that you used to Increasing your load size could make sex better for you and your partner. And you can make it taste sweeter too. Our sponsor, Popstar, is the first supplement designed by doctors to promote semen volume, enhance semen taste, and support sperm health. Healthy, doctor tested, safe to put in your body, vegan, non-GMO, love, 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 fair trade, made in America, all natural product with a 60-day money-back guarantee. And right now, Popstar is offering my listeners 20% off your order when you enter code HornyHousewife at popstarlabs.com/hornyhousewife. I will put that in the episode notes below. That is Popstar Labs, POPSTARLABS.com, and use code HornyHousewife to get 20% off plus free shipping in the USA. All of this is going to lead to better sex, better confidence in the bedroom. Go to popstarlabs.com/hornyhousewife. Ew, guys, I just checked my listener questions. Listener questions, welcome. The last one I got was at 1 a.m. What the fuck? I just wanted to jerk off with some girl talking. Carl Lisi, we don't do that here. It's okay. It's not what this is for. Shall we? Is there a Mrs. Lacey? You're like, oh! See, I'm a girl's girl. Proved it. Okay, a for real listener question number 1. I just blew that man up on his spot. He'll may probably never know. Okay, real question number 1. Where did it go? Okay. Oh, God. So I am dating the man I have been with for 3 years now. This situation is incredibly hard because I love this man. Our issue is in the bedroom. He has difficulty finishing and told me it's because of a surgery that he had about a decade ago. We've had sex a few times where he's not able to climax, though he always makes sure that I do. Later, he told me that he fantasizes about anal and that will help him finish faster. Okay, y'all busted my ass. Y'all gave me a very hard time. Y'all told me, oh, she knows so much about relationships, but what an ignorant dum-dum when it comes to this topic about men. And I'm going to address, in an episode, I think it was 147, but recently there was one too. There was recently an episode where someone said that I said, oh, he must be gay. He must be gay. And guys, I didn't just say, oh, he got soft. He must be gay. I don't think. Let me finish the question. How about that? How about we cut all that out and we end where I said that helps him finish faster. And I went, ooh. Hold there. Okay? Jordan, you just think everybody's gay. No, I don't. And we're going to talk about that. One time, he played with my butt. I didn't mind it. It was fun. And he was eventually able to finish, even though it took some time. Since then, he said that anything involving anal turns him on the most and makes that easier for him to climax. The problem is, I've told him I don't like it. I've tried it before. It is not for me. I do not enjoy it, and I get nothing out of it. Recently, during Dirty Talk, he said he wants anal to be our new normal. That really annoyed me because I was clear from early on I don't like it. I don't think this is relationships getting weird yet. Now I feel pressured. It seems like he needs it to get off, and that makes me feel unsatisfied sexually. I want to be with someone who gets turned on by having sex with me, not by a specific fantasy that I don't even enjoy. Incompatible things are happening everywhere. I don't want to feel like I have to perform something I dislike so he can climax. You answered your question, sweetie. You answered it. At the same time, he's great in so many other ways. Doesn't matter. He can be your gay best friend. I'm just kidding. I'm really confused. I'd appreciate some advice, especially from older people who have been to something similar. What would you do in my position? How do you handle sexual incompatibility when everything else seems good? Okay, so I do not think you're compatible, and it's so easy to get in this mindset of like, but what if I don't find another person? What if I end up alone forever? What if everyone else sucks? And that is when I want you to hold on to this mindset of if we're meant to be together, we'll come back together. If we're meant to be, we'll find our way. Do I always believe that? No, I don't. And I wish I didn't say that, but it's true. But it's because you can move on. You can get over people. There are people that have been married to the love of their life, their soulmate, and then someone died or someone cheated or they broke up. But let's say they died. Are they never going to find someone again? That's not true. They find people. People move on. People move on. You think it'll kill you, and it doesn't, and you live. and people find love again. We've seen it enough. Like last week's episode when I said, you get to an age where you start to realize like, okay, like I'll bounce back. I'll get through this. This fucking sucks, but I've seen the valleys. I've seen the highs. Have gone through this confusion. I've felt this doubt. I've felt this hopeless. I've felt this. So now I know I live and I keep going. So if you break up with this guy, you said you're looking for people that are older than you to answer. It sounds like you're young with a lot of life ahead of you. Now, I wanted to say that I got a comment, some feedback from people regarding a recent episode, and then the man mentioned 147. I don't know if he's talking about the most recent one or before then, where a man was going soft, and I'm like, maybe he's gay. Now, I said maybe he's gay because of 8 other context clues, not because he can't perform. There are extremely straight as an arrow, that just straight, bisexual, gay men that can't perform, and it has nothing to do because they're nothing to do with the person, the other person. It has nothing to do with them not having a desire. There are men who are like, I am so horny and my body isn't working. So to the man who was like, and from 147 to now, it's been 100 episodes almost, like growth. I am not a man. There's the majority I don't know, right? I've got a lot to learn, and I'm sharing as a sissy, as from my own experience. I do like to read a lot, so I've got some like knowledge I can pass on there, regurgitating my own opinions, experience from friends. I have a lot of friends older than me. So you like it, you'll still show up. 1,500 reviews, and I still got a 4.7. Please leave me a review, a written 5-star review on Apple Podcast. Thank you. So yeah, do I maybe think he might be gay? Yeah. Like, I have a gay paranoia, okay? You're like, are you gay? No. But I do, and it was passed on to me by my mother. She thought everybody was gay. She's like, oh, you slept with Colby, he's gay. I think he's gay, baby, he's gay. Baby, Tim's gay. Tim's gay, you'll find out he's gay. Tim never got married, so Tim may be gay. No, he had a giant penis. Couldn't keep it in his pants. Probably gay. Anywho. If I had been with him that long and loved him that much, and I'd been together with him for multiple years, and he said that and felt so comfortable enough to like dirty talk and talk, I would be like, baby, are you gay? Baby, I love you. I'll stay with you. I want a male, female before we leave. If we have to break up. Do you want a lavender marriage? Are you rich? If he was rich and wanted to marry you and like wanted to keep it on the down low, sign me up. Sign me up. So, sounds like a dream, like a girl's dream, Barbie dream house. Imagine. I don't want to imagine. Ask him. Just ask him. And he might lie, but his facial expression might not. If he's a terrible liar, definitely ask him. Just see his reaction. Does he freak out? Does he get really defensive? Does he get embarrassed? And I know you can not be gay and feel embarrassed and upset by that question, but you could go, hey, I love you, obsessed with you. I don't care if you're bi. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. If that's how you feel. But go, I can't help but ask myself the question, like, you have a penis and you really like buttholes. Is there a chance? Like, would you ever want to go near a man's butthole? No? Because you seem to have no interest in my pussy, and it doesn't get you off. And so that's where I'm like, is none of the woman part of you doing anything for him? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because then we can rule the bi out. You know, like there are bisexual men who are aroused by all of that, okay? But if that's not doing anything for him, if this man literally cannot get off unless you are rolled over and there's just a butthole, then I think that it's okay for that to raise questions. Can we not be shamed for asking legitimate questions? So that is how I feel. And like, let's think about you. What's the cost? If this wasn't this question and someone was asking me like, I hate anal, my husband likes it, like I wish I was down, I'm not down at all, I hate it, like thoughts, I would give you all the tips of like, here's how we can get to hating this to enjoying it, because I know, and not because anybody pressured me or told me I should like it, all on my own discovery, on my own terms. So that's a different conversation. I don't want to have the conversation of telling you how you may like it. I'll tell you this. There are lots of girls who love a little finger tap and they're just not comfortable with penetration. They actually love a finger tap. There are girls who love a finger, but they don't like a penis. So that's an indicator of like, oh, I could work myself up and have a really awesome experience and a really great orgasm because it's different. And if it's an absolute no, I would reflect on like the why. Is it all because of discomfort? Because there are ways this could be a comfortable, pleasurable experience, but it requires a whole lot of foreplay. And you're not going to feel connected and blossoming and open and horny and aroused if you aren't feeling in tune with your body and connected. If you're feeling pressured and scared and fearful and doubting if this guy's even into you, then it's not going to work out. You're not going to have that pleasurable anal experience because in your head, the dialogue is like, I'm bracing myself for something I don't like. I feel pressured. Does this guy even like me? What is this? Some performance? Exactly what you said. So if you wanted to get to a place where you actually enjoyed that and that was something that was pleasurable for you, we've got a lot of groundwork to cover and we have an obstacle and it's your gay boyfriend. Just kidding. But I would take a break, go no contact for 6 months. Let me know what happens. Okay, love you. See, that was helpful. Next question, last but not least, because we got to talk about some things. I got to give you some tips. Before I start this question, please do not berate me. I know I've been a terrible wife. Don't say that. Please do not confirm that fact for me. Okay, well, I might. 11-year relationship, 7-year marriage, open for 3, a 4-year-old son. Open for 3. Oh, so you had a baby and we're like, fuck it. Not long after we got married, I realized I was not satisfied, so I asked him about threesomes and he said, never. Why do we go from unsatisfied to adding a person? Not just, But I bothered him about it until he gave up and we had one with another man. You really got lucky, didn't you? That only made our sex life worse than before. Shocker. Shocker. Eventually, I demanded we start swinging. Okay, I'm not going to call you a bad wife. He declined, but again, I was able to talk him into it. After only a few times of going, the group told me that we weren't welcome anymore because my husband kept abruptly leaving in the middle of it and was making them all uncomfortable. It sounds like a great group. We argued for a while about him embarrassing me. I'm going to be mean to you. I'm so sorry. He reclused himself for a few days. Yeah, because this man is being pressured into do something that he doesn't want to do. And his wife, the person who should be his partner, and like, you're supposed to be there for him. And I'm your sister coming in clutch telling you, baby girl, if this was vice versa, I would say this is a piece of shit man. Like, fuck this dude for pressuring you and being a dick. And so you started with, I've been a terrible wife. Let's just talk about you as a person. Character. If this is the person you love, like, you're making your bed and you might have to lie in it. I don't even know where this is going. He left because he was uncomfortable and you should have followed him. He reclused for the next day. Yeah, I would recluse too. The next time we speak, I brought up wanting an open marriage. Ma'am, there's no saving you. And he agreed straight away if it meant I did not harass him endlessly until he agreed anyways. Oh. I'm like, oh, no wonder you started it like that. I was able to get one-night stands and fuck buddies relatively easy while he was getting nothing for it. Maybe you have a sex addiction. I went through a long string of partners and he resented me for it. He was loveless and broken. Around July last year, he met a group of younger people all in their 20s, and they all took a shine to him. In particular, a girl I will call Vicky. Vicky probably felt bad for this motherfucker. She was like, his wife's out having all this fun, being a whore. Let me make Robbie feel a little something. He started sleeping with her the day they met and has been ever since for almost a year and a half. I've met Vicky. She's gorgeous, creative, intelligent, a bubbly PhD student, and looks a hell of a lot like his biggest celebrity crush. I think this is called karma. Oh my God. I wasn't snooping originally, but I knocked his computer mouse and saw a Facebook conversation between them talking about how much he regrets marrying me, how he hates the open relationship, but is glad it meant they two could meet. I didn't mention the conversation, but I asked him about closing the marriage, and to say he wasn't interested is an understatement. He said that I asked for this and I can't close it now because he's getting attention and I don't like it. Facts. This isn't a marriage just on one person's terms, no matter what. So let's not do this whole I'm horrible and don't want to be told I'm horrible. Let's just go over facts. Facts are, you asked, you have been, let's commend you. You've been incredibly transparent and honest with how this started. You didn't hold back. You didn't paint it in a light that you said you berated, you pressured, you demanded. Okay. So props to you for taking accountability in your role. And now what happens to adults, to kids, to anybody? There's natural consequences, okay? So not to say they're going to last. No, I mean, maybe I would let go. I'd completely let go. And I know I just said, if you find your way back, you will. But that resentment, if it was me, I'd want to close the chapter and I'd want to go out taking accountability. Let's finish this. But here's the kicker. Since he met Vicky, he's been all around a better man, a father, a husband. Because he has met a woman who has encouraged and inspired him to be the best version of himself. He probably wants to marry that woman. All of the affection, lust, and passion from the beginning is back on his end, and it's better than ever. Wait a second. With you? Y'all have that? So he's getting 2 cups filled. Interesting. But I feel like a piece of shit. I feel like Adolf Hitler himself, from grinding down the man I love into a mere shell of himself, only for him to become better than he ever was from the emotional support of another woman. You clocked it. I know this is my fault, but I don't want an open marriage anymore. I hate saying this, but it's almost like you're shit out of luck. He didn't want one in the beginning, and he was shit out of luck. Sounds like you're both not on the same page. And if you keep demanding your way, he's going to leave you. He might already leave you. I know this is my fault, but I don't want an open marriage anymore. She's stealing him for me, and I deserve it. I've truly learned my lesson. I will be a better wife, I promise. Who are you telling? Why are you telling me? I'm dying with jealousy. I want him to be mine again. This is the lowest position I've ever been in. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make myself better. I know what you have to do. And repair. I know I've been awful. Please don't you be nasty to me. I've been paying the price. I won't pull this crap again. The thing is unfortunately, when we're adults, we don't always get to do the thing we do with our parents when we beg and we plead and we beg and we plead. And you can beg and plead with who you call creator, God, universe, whatever. You can plead with your husband. But do you want someone to be with you out of obligation or because they actually want to be with you? You are the one who, when the going went rough, or what is it? When it got tough, you saw external validation and he chose not to. You have dragged him through this journey, and what he's found along the journey, he found one thing that didn't bring him shame, embarrassment, and resentment. He found someone who hyped him, boosted him, liked him, loved him, encouraged him. And I don't know what the dynamic is. Maybe she's not monogamous. Maybe she has another thing. I don't know what that dynamic is. Maybe she's a swing. I don't know. So maybe he can't have her in his full capacity, so he keeps what's going on. Maybe he's waiting for the kids to grow up. I am what sparks my curiosity, and I'm intrigued, and I don't know. I don't know why, and I would love to know and have deeper understanding why his passion is back up at home. Maybe it's just a byproduct of him feeling secure in a relationship where he has real romantic feelings. His life is going better, and he can still have a physical and or emotional, mental, physical connection with you. Maybe he's able to have that and compartmentalize those relationships. Maybe the one that brings him joy and fulfillment is with her. I don't know if when he's doing it with you, is it compartmentalized and he's making love to his wife, or he's having fun with you because you had a moment, or is it something to check a box and he's thinking about her and you're the person he can get the release with? I don't know. We don't know. I would have a very radically honest, uncomfortable, torturous, if you ask me, conversation and discovering the truth, which will hurt, but it's better than you not knowing and skating through and being delusional and ending up with your life blown up. And you may think, oh, it's blown up already. There's more to blow up. This marriage could be the end. This could be him and Vicky riding off into the sunset, and Vicky's the new stepmom. So what I would do is I'd let go. I would emotionally and physically and all of it let go. But I wouldn't let go without telling him that you're taking action and letting go. Saying all the realizations that I've come to, I don't know what to do with them because I'm not in control. And take accountability. Everything you said to me, you need to say to him. But you need to add in so you don't look like a pathetic woman, because that isn't cute either. You need to take your power back. You need to go, what I did was wrong and selfish, and there's a part of me that hates myself for it. So I need to go work on forgiving myself and processing how I destroyed our marriage. I will forever regret this. I know what I want as of right now, but it seems we aren't aligned and that there is someone else making you happy. I am now a believer in monogamy is the only way for me of what it really means to be a ride or die, and how I haven't emulated that or been that. I have an idea of what that looks like, and it's nothing that I've demonstrated. And between me and you, girl, you don't know what that looks like because you haven't done it even a little bit. There are women and men listening to this show right now that are miserable in their marriage. There are women and men listening that don't like their sex life, that are really unsatisfied in multiple areas of their marriage, and they're not doing that. So it's doable. It's doable. And people have found their way back when they go through that valley and don't choose to go fill their cup via a way that is destructive to the marriage, right? We can all have like vices and do things that maybe aren't the healthiest thing for us, but they're not going to dagger the marriage. You get what I'm saying? So sounds like you have accountability to take to him. I would go. I would let that man be, let his dignity return, and if he comes back around, consider yourself the luckiest girl in the whole wide world. But this one, sometimes it's too far gone, and I rarely ever say that, but too far gone. Okay. Onward, Christian soldiers. Okay, I want to talk to y'all a little bit, just give some quick tips. This isn't going to be long, but what you could do in the bedroom right now to make it better. Let's not give it just one line. Last longer. Yes, get her off it when you already came. Men, I have a lot of men that listen to the show. One way is the shower. Did you think I was going to say that, or did you not think I was going to I know you didn't know it was going to come out of my mouth, and I was going to say the things I say all the time. The shower. I'm going to get graphic, but it's okay. So, if you've had babies, let's just talk about our vaginas for 1 second. In the shower, when you've been in there for a while and you're fucking, what happens? Can you feel the sensation the same as if you're outside of the bedroom? We know the answer is no, right? Men, when you're having sex with your wife, does it feel a little bit different? Still really, really great. Derek's favorite place to do it is in the shower. And I know one of the reasons is because you can last longer in the shower. So that is one place to try, because A, you're going to need your Uber lube in there if you're doing any anal play whatsoever. The shower, including your pussy, the shower just like rinses off all natural lubrication. So the asshole doesn't self-lubricate. I've said that. I should make a t-shirt that says that basically. I've said it so many times. The asshole is not self-lubricating. I should fucking make a t-shirt. I would never, ever wear it, but I should. The asshole is not self-lubricating. But your pussy also, that wetness just, so that's the one shitty thing about the shower. But once you have Uber lube in your life, nothing is shitty anymore. Nothing. Because it stays in place, even in the shower. I love it. Godspeed. Shower, bringing in your suction cup dildo in the shower. Say it still ends early. Anywhere. You got a hard floor, you got a wall, you got a mirror. Don't break the full length mirror, please. Suction cup dildo, back up, put it on the floor, ride it. There are so many ways he could be using the dildo while he is eating you out. So I know his dick's back there. He could be eating you out while using it. There's so many ways to get a vibe in, a mutual masturbation in, a way to achieve the final result that we're looking for. Men wanting to last longer. You could become edge masters. So edging during, focusing just on her. And now women, if he is eating you out to give you pleasure, to bring you to the finish line, and he goes soft. Let's talk about this, okay? I saw a TikTok where it was a podcast, and the host was asking, and I've been on her podcast too. She's wonderful. We met at Acme. Her guest was saying, like, why do women get in their heads about when guys go soft? And she's like, that is a problem. Like, why isn't he turned on and aroused by what he's doing? What the hell? No, that is 25-year-old mentality. N-O spells no. Stimulation, guys, stimulation. I'm urging you not to be offended when you see a man not be hard or erect while he's eating you out. If he is focusing on pleasuring you, he is focused on pleasuring you. And that does not just by default mean, he's not aroused by me. He's not turned on by me. Why is it not hard? He's eating me out. Doesn't he like women? What? So those are our prefrontal lobe thoughts. So if you're still having them in your mid-30s and you're still thinking something is wrong with him because he's not, while he's eating you out, then I just need to wake up and smell the coffee. Nothing to do with you. Remember the time in our lives when maybe you still do think that if a man takes Viagra, it's because you aren't enough. We don't subscribe to that. That is not true. That is a personal problem and not even always a problem. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes you love that blue shoe dick and you don't even know it. Okay? So, not about you. This isn't about you. I mean, I guess it could be about you. And that's where we get in our head. But no, I'm talking to married people, people in long-term relationships. That's my demographic. And he is focused on you. So, hey, there's no stimulation. It's not being touched. A breeze is blowing by. It's a little bit cold, actually. And so, hey, when you're on your knees, girly pop, for your man, your husband, your boyfriend, I know that we can, Korn taught us, we can put on a performance, we can look a certain way, we can touch ourselves, all those things. But who's getting off? Who is just, I'm soaking wet, sucking it, So take a step back, look, and realize, stay present. Just enjoy what's going on and be in your body. Quit worrying about if all these boxes are checked and it's all working out for him. It is hotter when each person is in their body while you're doing it. So just a side note, got to make sure and you're clocking it that, I am not going to be deeply insecure when I look down and see that it's flaccid when he's doing all this stuff to me. Kind of makes me think of that question where he was like, my wife's telling me I'm focused too much on her. Sometimes we just want to see you be selfish lovers, believe it or not. Now, if we're heavy leaning on one way, of course not. Do the opposite. Whatever you do the most of, and you're not doing this little section, highlight that section. Give it a little life. Because you always talk bad about selfish lovers, right? But if you're just always the most generous, the most gentle, the most sweet, the most thoughtful, sometimes we want just a little bit of bad boy to just sneak in, surprise us. Like the super submissive woman, you don't expect her to push him down and rip his clothes off, 80-20 split, baby girl, baby boy. Now, lots of women are trying to achieve and men are trying to last longer. So women, you're like, I just want to be able to. That is dropping into your body. So if you are not the person who brings any toys in the bedroom, you don't need to go on a vibe strike because you don't abuse the vibe. Bring in the vibe. Bring in the vibe. Practice what you want to bring into the bedroom with your spouse solo. That's weird. I'm not in front of anybody. Doesn't matter. There's nothing, there's no right, there's no wrong. There's no look, there's no aesthetic. It is individual solo time. Figure out how it feels good, what works for you, what lube you like. Try it on every part of your body. Don't just take it right here. Start it here. Start it on your neck. Think I'm weird? Try it. Watch how your body drops in. That's where we're going for. Meditation. Have you ever heard of the O method with manifestation? So quit thinking about your husband cheating on you every time you come. Just kidding. Men who are wanting to last longer, grab some Pop Star Delay Spray. Go in the bathroom 2 minutes beforehand, spray it on, let it dry down. It's the highest strength of lidocaine available on the market, and the product is intended to dry down and not transfer and do its job. So we love that. Popstar's got lots of great products. They've got the supplement that makes your semen taste better. That's one way to be a better lover, and a bigger load. That's hot. And then the delay spray, which is just, like I said, this whole segment is about what can we grab, use nearby. Grab your delay spray. That's a surefire way to close the orgasm gap. Doctor developed and formulated, popstarlabs.com/horny housewife. That will get you 20% off. So if you do want to shop that, the link is in the episode notes below. Code horny housewife will get you 20% off. So, 50% of women are getting off every time they have sex. So we want to do all we can to close that gap. And women not being the opposite of a cheerleader in bed. Sometimes, you see porn and you think they just want screaming, vocal, blah, blah, blah. There is a happy medium. There is too many words. Dirty talk, great. I would say there's even such thing as okay, that's taking too far. There's a little too many words now. You can vibe it and see how it's going with your partner. If you see your man edging or breath work, don't grab him, pull him back in unless you're okay with him exploding. Truly, for some men, ladies, it's one more stroke. It's if they would have put it back in one more time, game over. So sucking his dick. Why am I whispering? Because there's people in my house. Without using your hand, I'm always use your hand, use your hand, use your hand. If you want him to last longer and you have a habit of it going quicker than you want, you're not gonna use your hand. You're not. You're gonna do all the tricks and things and lick and suck, but you're not gonna put that extra oomph in it because we're not trying to race him home. You're trying to suck his dick so he gets off? Use the hand. Game over. You want to suck as foreplay? You're I want to do all the things, but we can't because he doesn't last long enough. You can. You can still put it in your mouth. Don't use your hand. You can sit on him without putting it in and use his dick as a friction. My friction girlies, where are you at? You can use the head of his dick to stimulate your clitoris. You can use the head of his dick to stimulate multiple areas down there. You can work on just the first 2 inches. You can get very creative of how you can stimulate and pleasure one another that isn't just PV, balls deep explosion, okay? Let's get creative. And the more creative and the more slow you are, you grab her Love Honey G-Spot Indulge, you grab her Iroha Suzuki, aka Come Hither toy, you work on her, you pleasure map her, pleasure mapping. This is how you're gonna do this build up. You're not going to worry about if he's hard while he's pleasure mapping you, because boy, oh boy, he's going to be hard when he explodes. Okay? So always to slow down, be present, drop in your body, get the toys, get the lube, get in the shower, grab the delay spray, and have a good time. Okay. Did I inspire you? I inspired you. I love you long time. Leave me a review on Apple Podcast, 5 stars. Write a review, Spotify, leave me a rating, follow me on social media at THHpod, and I will see you all next week.